Miss Monica.
Already?
Already.
I'm not even ready.
I'm not ready either. I don't think they're ready.
Okay.
Are you guys ready for just in the padded room tonight? Because it's just us. Nobody. Nobody.
Nobody.
I'm rolling up my sleeves for this one because it's about to get dirty in here. Not her. I'm talking about the movie that we're about to talk about. Hard to Die. Has anybody out there seen this? Besides Cake Wolf? Probably not.
Man, I'm really not ready. I can't even get my feet.
Oh, jeez.
What the hell?
It's the internet up here. Who is that?
There's somebody there.
Yeah, it's Brianna. Hey, Breezy. I guess your dad's still at work, I think. Or at least that's the excuse he gave us. He might be somewhere else. I'm sure he's still at work. Nothing to be worried about. You know how he is at work, right? Monica is going to be
Oh my god.
reading your comments very soon. Who is that? I don't know. What is your deal, dude?
I don't know. What's going on?
We're right there. Live.
Yeah.
Yeah, hit it. Boom. Come on, man.
I was hitting the wrong button.
You see this? You see what I have to deal with every week?
That's why I have blonde hair.
I don't keep her around for her computer savviness. If you know what I'm saying. All right, we're about to get into this movie here. It's just me and Monica, so this may be a little bit quicker, and we don't have much to talk about with this thing.
Just boobs.
Just boobs and semi-automatic weapons, and there's one fat guy involved. He was a lot of fun.
Booberific.
Booberific.
From Tony.
Yay.
Did you get to watch the version with the boobies?
I did. Yeah.
I know you did.
I found it on Sockshare. If anybody wants to see this, it's on
I
Sockshare.
know Tony was looking for that version.
There's a version on YouTube, probably not as nipple-rific as the Sockshare version. Alrighty, we ready to do this?
Share. Okay, good.
Monica's going to be fielding your comments and questions as we go. We're about to get into Hard to Die. Are you ready? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you guys ready?
I'm ready now.
Here we go. Hard to Die. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's Hard to Die, 1990. This one is directed by Jim Wynorski. Yes, the Jim Wynorski of Chopping Mall fame.
Oh, no wonder.
And a few other. He's got a weird array of weird Disney kids movies, and then 80s and 90s schlock boob splatters.
Oh, well, that would explain the special lightning effects.
There was a lot of lightning in this one.
Oh boy!
Dark and stormy night at a skyscraper, which it's a weird building in this one. I don't know what the hell was going on there. I think it was like a front for human trafficking or something.
I know. Sorority House Massacre 3.
Yeah, this was supposed to be a sequel to the Sorority House Massacre, but I don't know. There's like 3 alternate titles for this one. There's Tower of Terror, Hard to Die, Sorority House Massacre 3, Hard to Die, Sorority House Massacre 3, Tower of Terror. You can find this one under any number of different titles.
Yeah, which was really weird because it wasn't till they got into explaining the story.
The big flashback.
Yeah, and I was looking at it and I'm like, hey, that's the guy from Slumber Party.
Yeah. Hey, this is the exact same movie, except in a supposedly a high rise, I guess. So this one stars Robin Harris, Lindsay Taylor, and Deborah Dare. If you You can watch any of these 3 women actually have hardcore sex on Xvideos or I believe Pornhub also. So these are all porn stars, is what I'm telling you. And this is from 1990. So you got that nice teased hair, sports bra thing going on. I was very into that as a kid. I'll tell you right now, 1990, I was 12 years old. I would have stayed up till 2:30 in the morning to watch this movie, alone in my bedroom at my parents' house, perhaps with a Snapple iced tea. All right. Anyway, this one got 5 stars on IMDb.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
my
No.
God.
This is 1/2 of a star behind The Mummy.
Okay.
which is a travesty,
Don't
by
get
the
it.
way.
Okay.
It is not fair to the mummy, I don't think. Anyway, this one starts off with a young, scantily clad lady, spattered in blood, discharging a AK-47 in a dark room. And then we go, oh, she's like, oh my God, I don't know how I got here. What was going on with the accent in this movie?
I don't know.
It seemed to travel from girl to girl. Like she had it for a few minutes and then she gave it to the other girl. And it wasn't English per se, but it was like an Australian Cockney.
That's what I was like. Are they Australian or
But,
what?
well, every now and then it would go back to English and then they would just disappear for like 10, 20 minutes. And then it would come back to the chick in the purple dress.
Yeah.
Excellent acting going on here is what I'm telling you. But you're not going to watch this for the acting anyway. You're going to watch it for other reasons. So that's how the movie starts. Now we're going to cut to probably 6 to 8 hours earlier when this young lady shows up at work. So it's Saturday. Apparently, this chick works at a lingerie distribution office, would you say?
Yes.
It's an office. It's not a warehouse, mind you. It's like, what the hell kind of office is this? I have no idea.
It's off of Hollywood Boulevard.
Is it? The building?
I'm gonna guess the building
It's
was.
clearly
Yeah.
Los Angeles area
Yes,
somewhere,
it
but
is.
oh, of course. And this building, just has the most eclectic range of businesses in it ever. But so apparently her and her friend are there working on a Saturday because they have to do inventory. And by inventory, I mean, again, this is an office. This isn't a warehouse. Apparently, they keep 8 to 10 boxes of lingerie there at a given
Yes.
time
In the basement.
in the basement
Yeah,
of
in the
the office
basement.
building. So they need to inventory that and see what they got going on down there. So we're gonna meet these two young ladies. I don't remember any of these character names. Do you?
No.
So there's 5 chicks in total. From this point forward, we're going to refer to them as red dress, blue dress, purple dress, sports bra, and actress. So sports bra is our main survivor girl. She shows up and meets her best friend, actress, who is kind of pissed off that she has to work on a Saturday because she has a date with an agent
The
that
tall
night.
blonde. Yes.
And not just any agent, the scummiest agent apparently in Los Angeles in 1990. So he's going to get her some work. She's probably going to suck his dick. And it's a win-win situation. I think I'd make a great talent agent.
Yes, you
Yeah,
would.
I would. I can be
Yes.
just as
Do
swarthy
you
as
want me to
anybody.
be your secretary? 'Cause
Sure.
I'll know which ones to let
Yeah.
in. Okay.
You'll be like, you have a weird eyebrow.
Yeah, you're out.
No, he doesn't like weird eyebrows, and neither do I. Yeah. So that's what's going on. They go into the building. They meet in the parking lot. They go into the building and they meet 2 temp workers that have been hired for the day to assist them with their.
And Tony said they were all temps. They didn't have to show up.
Well, then what the fuck are they doing if they're temps?
Temps don't have to show up on Saturday?
No, they're temps.
Oh,
Well, I mean, they
okay.
do if they want to get paid, but.
Oh,
Yeah,
alright.
fuck this. I don't even care. Tony paid more attention to this movie than I did. Tony, you should be doing this instead of me. You'd probably be much better at it. So they go in and they meet these 2 temps, 2 other temps, red dress and blue dress. All these chicks are 7s to 10s, I would say. Except for the one we're going to meet in a minute, purple dress, who I didn't find that attractive at all.
My favorite one was the tall brunette.
What color dress was she wearing?
I think she had a blue.
The blue dress? She was the
Blue.
redhead, wasn't she?
No, because when she did the shower scene, she came out wearing blue, like a blue teddy or something.
Yeah. Well, they all came out wearing teddies.
Yeah, but she looked like she was 6 foot tall.
Oh.
I was like, I like her.
Okay. I like red dress. She had the shortest hair and the biggest assets. So anyway, they go in. They're all complaining about how they have to work on a Saturday and this is horse shit. They're all dressed like complete hooahs, which is good.
Orange panties for the win.
Who had orange panties?
I don't
I think Sports
remember.
Bra had orange panties. But we'll get to that in a second. So they go as they're having this conversation. The elevator door opens up behind them, and we meet Orville Ketchum. Now you'll remember the name Orville Ketchum from Sorority House Massacre, or was it Slumber Party Massacre?
I thought it was
Slumber Party Massacre. This is supposed to be a sequel to Slumber Party Massacre. He was the neighbor that tried to help the girls when what was it, Hochstetter went crazy with the drill bit thing.
Yes.
He was the one that tried to help him. All right. Now, unfortunately, he's a big creepy guy, and not a lot of personality on him. Probably social anxiety of some sort. And it looked like he got a little choked up around hot chicks.
This guy looked like my best friend. My
Really?
best friend looks like this
Wow.
guy.
All right. There you have it. Okay. Does your best friend at least smile, or can you have a conversation?
Yes, yes.
Okay, good. Because this Orville guy, nothing. Flat all the way across. Really, in fact, he doesn't even look at anybody. He just has like a, yeah, I was there during the massacre. It was the most horrible thing I've ever seen in my life. He kind of creeped me out too, you know? Like if I had to hang out with that guy, or if he was a coworker, imagine that, spending 8 hours a day with that dude.
Oh, I would love it.
Of course you would. He would never touch you.
I would fuck with him all day
Oh,
long.
you are
We
ruthless.
would be like this.
Ah.
I would get him to do things, to bad things.
Sexual harassment. That's what she's talking. Oh yeah, that's sexual harassment, inmates. She's gonna take him in the storeroom and put him to the test.
No,
Oh.
I would make him do bad, like criminal things outside of.
Yeah, that's what she's talking about. I bet he was hung. I bet he's a big guy, right?
I don't think.
All right. Well, we don't need to get into
Yeah.
that. Anyway, this is where we get our big flashback to.
Hi, Alan.
Oh, Alan's in the house. What's up, Alan? This is where we get our big flashback to the events of Slumber Party Massacre. And we get to watch like a good 10, 15 minutes of the original movie, showing him trying to help the girls and Hochstetter drilling him with a drill bit, stuff like that.
He's working.
Nobody tonight, Alan. Sorry.
Oh, Gene was asking.
Oh, Gene, sorry. Nobody tonight. Just us. Just with the original twosome here.
Yeah.
So we get the big flashback. He tells us all about Sorority House or Slumber Party Massacre, and now we're going to cut upstairs to where we're going to meet the boss of these young ladies, a guy by the name of Mr. Plimpton. Was it just me, or did Mr. Plimpton look almost exactly like Seth MacFarlane?
A
little bit, a little sleazier.
bit.
He had like a ponytail, and he's doing that shitbird thing where you got a guy with like a nice shirt and tie, but he wears his chains on the outside. That says scumbag to me. I don't.
Guido,
Yeah. Straight up, or used car salesman, something like that. Got a weird haircut thing going on, like a ponytail. What is that? I don't know. Anyway, he's up there. What?
Tony said, I thought he looked like Darian Brock.
Hey now.
Hi, Tim.
He was actually a pretty sharp dresser, that Mr. Plimpton. Other than the gold chains outside of the shirt, I thought he looked all right. And clearly he was doing well for himself. He's sexually harassing young, I don't know, whatever, lingerie distributors. So
Right.
there's that. He's up there doing just that. He's got a young lady in a purple dress with her boobs out. And apparently he has just hired her for some kind of a position of doing something. But one of the perks of this job is that if you're a hot young co-ed, you get free lingerie. So she's going through the boxes, seeing what she can figure out with that. And he's like, all right there, sweet tits. Get downstairs and meet the rest of the girls. We got inventory to do. So they all go downstairs and meet the other girls, and they introduce themselves. And now we're sitting at the original crew here. We got 5 girls, and they need to get on the inventory. So now, again, this isn't a warehouse. This is an office building. So all of the lingerie surplus is kept in the basement, which apparently they share with all the other businesses there in the building. So they're farting around. Plimpton leaves for the day. They're farting around. They go downstairs and start looking through all the boxes. What do you think? Like maybe 10, 15 boxes?
Yeah.
Do you need 5 people to do this?
Yeah.
Don't even think about it. Just stop thinking about it.
I didn't.
I mean,
just
really,
said, okay.
Plimpton could have done this himself in an hour and a half, probably. And if you got 5 chicks down there, if they're not too busy dancing around and stuff, they could have it done in 25 minutes, I'm sure. Whatever, I don't care. So they go down there. They move like 3 boxes and then decide that all of their collective backs hurt at the same time, so they need to take a break. Oh, my back. Oh. God.
Yep.
Fuck. You can blame Cake Wolf for this. We could be talking about a real horror movie right now. Instead, Hard to Die. Thank you very much, Cake Wolf. So they decide to take a break. Apparently, actress is a smoker because she just starts smoking cigarettes there in the basement. And by smoking cigarettes, I mean lights one up, takes a drag and a half, and then whips it across the basement. It, of course, lands in some flammable newspapers or other trash and starts a small fire, which sets off the sprinkler system. And this is where our wet T-shirt contest begins. It takes them like, what, probably a good 4 to 6 minutes before they realize the sprinklers have come on.
Yes.
Instead of like getting out from underneath the sprinklers, they all just kind of, oh, it's wet.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
so wet. Somebody stop it. Oh. It's a good thing you're getting a visual representation of this, because us just talking about it, I don't think would do it justice. So, now they're all sopping wet, which is pretty hot, actually. They're like, oh, we can't, it's all wet down here. We can't do this down here. So they start moving the boxes back up to Plimpton's office. Now, I get it. It's supposed to be an office, I think, but is it what?
Oh, Tony said, good thing there was a giant sign that said sprinkler shut off valve.
Of course. Had to make a big point of seeing that. But the office itself is more like an apartment. I think he had a bedroom in there, didn't he?
I don't know.
He had like a weird side room. There's like an open air shower in there. What the hell kind of business are you doing in this place? Well, obviously you're nailing co-eds and under the guise of a lingerie distribution company. So they start moving the boxes up. They decide that since they're soaking wet, they want to get out of their wet clothes, and they don't have any other clothes to put on except the lingerie. And they, of course, need to take showers now because
They're so dirty.
because they are filthy. God, I don't remember watching this when I was 12 years old, but I really wish I would have.
Oh.
Because this would have helped shape my sexuality. And, well, I mean, I saw other things that brought me. You know what probably would have happened? I probably would have watched this, but it would have been on USA Up All Night with all of the
with
boobs cut
Rhonda?
out. Yeah, no boobs in it at all. How boring would this movie be?
Yeah,
without-
for you, yeah.
It would be like 12 minutes long. It'd be a short film. All right, anyway. So they're up there. They're like, oh, we need to take a shower. Actress decides she's going to go first. So we get like a 5-minute scene of her in the shower soaping herself and lathering herself and getting all hot and bothered. While the other ladies continue moving boxes up from the attic. They decide that they're getting hungry and they need some food. So they, what do they decide on? Chinese, I think? Chinese food?
Yeah, I thought so.
So they decide to order some Chinese delivery.
Oh, when I said Up All Night, Alan said he misses Up All Night.
Do ya? I mean, I miss Up All Night too, but at the same time, you're getting very watered down versions of these movies. You know, what we need is like an Up All Night, but with unedited movies. I think Joe Bob's kind of doing something like that on Shudder, but he only does it like twice a year.
Yeah, we need our own channel then.
Get her in a some kind of a slinky situation. Slinky. I mean, she's got sexier crazy bitch hoodies than the one that she usually wears. So they're taking showers. They order the food. They're like one by one going down and getting more boxes. So there's one constantly separated from the rest, and then there's another one in the shower who's also separated from the rest. Now, right about now, a delivery shows up to the office building. Now, this isn't the Chinese food. This is a random delivery with a box. So guy brings it in. He's like, hey, ladies, I got a box for you. Here's a box, and it's got a box. So they bring the box in. They sign for it. They take it upstairs. Curiosity, of course, gets the better of them. So they decide to open the box. Inside the box is another box. There's a box in the box. Box number 2 has like weird Egyptian carvings, or was it Asian carvings on it, or something like that.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't fucking matter.
It doesn't matter.
It's a crazy thing.
Yeah.
So Sports Bra decides that she's going to get it. I think it had the wrong address or something, or it got delivered
Yes,
to them
wrong
by mistake.
place.
So Sports Bra decides that she's going to solve the mystery of the box. So she calls the phone number on the package, which is, I guess, at some point we were putting our phone numbers on packages when we sent them. Anyway, she calls the number and she's like, "Hey, we got a weird box here. It doesn't belong to us." And you know who that guy was that answered the phone?
No.
It was Forrest J. Ackerman. He was the original publisher of Famous Monsters of Filmland, which was like one of the first
Oh.
horror magazines.
Really?
Yeah. How the hell he got wrapped up in this shit, I have no idea.
Wow.
So they call Forrest Ackerman, and he's like, "Wait a minute, I don't know anything about a box." Turns out Forrest Ackerman is playing a professor at a museum in Santa Monica. Now who's piping off?
Oh, Tony said, how the hell did Sports Bra know that was Egyptian?
She had an accent, Tony. That's how. She's clearly smarter than the rest of us. But mind you, she only had the accent
Who
periodically
is
throughout the movie.
Zachary? Do you take questions?
Sure.
Yes.
I don't know who Zachary is.
Hi, Steven.
Hey, Stevesy. I don't know who's that. Zachary?
I don't know who that is.
Steve, we don't know who
But
Zachary is.
welcome.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. So she calls Forrest Ackerman. Ackerman's like, "Hey, dude, I guess it was supposed to be sent to the museum. Instead, it got sent to the lingerie company. Anybody could make that mistake, right?" So they decide to open the box. And when they do, we get like a very bargain basement version of Pinhead type of a thing.
Yeah.
But it wasn't really... It's like a stupid cartoon that comes... There's like a big flash of light, and then this cartoony ghost goes out, and it whips around the room a couple of times. And I don't know if the girls could see it, or if it was just us. I mean...
I thought they saw it.
Did they?
by doing
It's kind of
that.
doing this number. Okay, maybe they did see it. But the problem is that it goes into one of the girls. And I don't know if they all saw that part or not, because they didn't seem to react to it from that point forward. Like, if I saw a ghost go into you, okay, you need to go ahead. I mean, we'll finish the show, but as soon as that's done, you gotta go, sweetie.
Well, you wouldn't want to know who it is? or
No,
what it
no.
is?
When is that a good thing?
Why?
What are
Maybe I could do like powerful stuff for you, like rob a bank.
You with the bank robbery. We are not... She keeps trying to get me to rob a fucking bank. I'm not going to do it, Monica. I don't care if you are possessed by a ghost. She's going to get me in trouble. Probably going to get us all in trouble. You're all implicated in this now. Anyway, so it goes into it goes into Purple Dress, and nobody seems to give a shit though, because she's like, "Oh, I'm fine." Woo. She got the accent for a few minutes. All right, so now they're going back down, and they're taking the box, bringing the boxes up. I think it was Actress and Red Dress go down there to get a load of boxes. Red Dress grabs the boxes, heads back up. Actress has another back spasm, so she does like a weird crab walk thing on the floor for a minute, and then hits the deck. Red Dress is like, "Oh, you just sit here and wait for a minute, and I'll come back and check on you." And then Red Dress heads up. Once she leaves the basement, we get the shadowy hands come out and grab Actress. You can't see who the killer is, but they grab Actress, and then you get a splash of blood on the wall. No more Actress.
No.
I miss her already.
Yeah.
She was probably the least attractive, I think, of the girls. No, I think Purple Dress. No, she wasn't that bad. Yeah, I think Actress was. She had a weird face, right?
She did a little bit. Your favorite one was the short one,
The
right?
red dress with the
Okay.
short hair, with the
Okay.
short curly hair.
Yeah.
She
okay.
she had the biggest. She had the biggest. All right, so now we're gonna cut to Red Dress. Red Dress goes up. She unloads the boxes. She's on her way back down. She hears somebody skulking around. What's going on?
Oh, Tony just said actress got hurt. Skiing accident.
Skiing accident. Is that what you're calling it? A skiing accident? No. No. She handled some poles all right, but they weren't ski poles. Hey-oh!
Ooh.
Red dress comes down. Now she's in the lobby and she hears somebody moving around. So she's thinking it's the food delivery individual. She's like, nope. And then again, we get some shadowy hands. A little bit of a chase scene here. We don't get to see who the killer is yet, but we do get periodic flashes back to Orville. At one point, we get to see him sit down for his lunch break, in which he eats a raw meat sandwich. It wasn't even a sandwich. It was like a piece of bread with a fistful of like hamburger meat on it, and he just went to town on that. Is that good? Should I try that? I don't know why. I don't know why you would.
Raw meat? No.
Yeah, no, can't you get dysentery from that?
Well,
Or ringworm?
don't people eat like steak tartare raw? So
That's true. I don't know. I think you can get like ringworm from that though, right?
no.
I'm not going to do it.
Sushi raw.
That's
so,
fish.
So what's the difference?
I don't know.
I don't know. Can you guys tell us what the difference is?
Don't do it. Don't have a raw meat sandwich. Even if it is delicious, I'm sure it's not good for you for one reason or another. Okay, so now we're going to go to. So now red dress is out of the equation. So is actress. We're already down to 3 girls. Right about now, we're going to cut back to Forrest Ackerman, who's looking for his mysterious box, which, by the way, he didn't remember ordering or who would have sent it to him to begin with. So he starts doing a little fact checking, realizes that the box is a spirit box from ancient Egypt, and it's supposed to contain the spirit of somebody, I guess, or something like that. So he's like, oh crap, I gotta get the box.
The mummy.
The mummy, that would be bad. If that was Amunet showed up, she'd kick the shit out of it. Oh, she'd wreck that fucking place. So he's starting to get paranoid. He calls his research assistant and she comes in and he's like, yeah, we got to go over there and get that box. Apparently they don't want to go get it themselves. All right, now who's piping off?
You two having conversation about things you have no knowledge of.
None whatsoever. We don't do, I mean, the amount of work and research that goes into this show, no. To be honest with you, I didn't even watch this movie. I'm just making this shit up as I go. So anyway, he calls his cop friend and tells him to go check out the box because he's worried that there's going to be some foul play involved or something. So the sleazy cop shows up with his weird denim-clad partner who I think was supposed to be hot. I didn't find her attractive. And then they're like, okay, we're going to go check this out. Now, I don't know how this played into anything, but somehow the cop and his partner end up on a porno shoot. How did we get there?
I don't know.
Did that make sense? Or
Was that just happening in the same building?
I don't think so, because they had to they got in their car when they left, so they had to drive.
But why?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, they go to I don't know. I have no idea how this works, but they end up on the set of a porno, and they have to question one of the actresses, and she's like, "Yeah, I get my lingerie from the office over there," and they're like, "Okay, well, we better check out the office." Did they just stop by porno shoots randomly and see how things are going? Because that would probably make me want to be a cop if I knew I could hang out on porno sets, meet young starlets. You're under arrest for sexy.
Wow.
Hey-oh. All right. I don't know how that even played into the movie or the story or anything. It just suddenly they're on a porno set. All right.
Yeah.
Question the actress. She gives up the address to the lingerie distributing company, so that's where they're headed. Now we're going to cut to the young ladies back there at the lingerie place. First thing that happens is the delivery girl finally shows up with the Chinese food. Now I knew right off the bat where this was going because did you notice that the delivery girl had like a full body, like almost like a ninja suit on? You know what I'm saying? Like she was like clad. She almost looked like she was wearing a burqa. She had on a beat. Now this is Los Angeles, mind you. She's got on a beanie hat, a full like I don't know what you call that. It's like a muumuu, I guess, right?
Okay.
Like a poncho thing, and then she's got a long sleeve shirt on underneath that, and then like some baggy pants. As soon as she walked in, I'm like, you're gonna get set on fire.
Well, she had white on, didn't she?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, there's no reason for her to be wearing that many clothes, right?
Well.
So she walks in, she starts poking around the main lobby. Apparently, this building is being renovated or something like that, because there's a giant puddle of paint just there in the lobby. She's like, "Hey, I got your Chinese food, you assholes. You better be ready to tip me." And then somebody shows up with like a lighter while she's standing in the puddle of paint and just lights her right up. So not only was the burqa like covering her whole body, but I think it was also made out of flash paper because she went up like a Christmas tree. And then she like staggers around for a minute, and then that's it. No more pizza or Chinese food delivery girl. All right, so that's sad. Now the remaining three girls, which is sports bra, purple dress, and blue dress, are upstairs, and they're starting to get hungry and worried because they're missing two of their friends.
They were on the 11th floor, right?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I'll buy that. That sounds good. Sure. They go down to the lobby trying to figure out what the fuck is going on, and they come across a big box in the lobby. Right? No, I think they went all the way down to the basement, didn't they?
I thought it was the basement.
It could be the basement. It doesn't matter. Big box in the basement with blood coming out of it. So they're like, "Oh my God, what is that box?" Start to get a little closer. Of course, the box pops open, and there we see our dead actress in dead red dress. Oh God, we got a killer on our hands. So naturally, they're going to jump to conclusions and assume that Orville, the big scary guy, is the killer. It would be a fair assumption, right?
No.
Especially since it's never explained how Purple Dress got away from the girls to go kill these two. For all intents and purposes, she was up there taking a shower with the rest of them while this was going on.
Well,
Not that it fucking matters. We'll just write this off. This is not a murder mystery, my friends. All right, now we're in survival mode. And unfortunately, this happens just as Orville comes around the corner. So they're like, "You're the goddamn killer!" And then they all haul ass to the elevator, go back up to the office, and kind of barricade themselves in. All right, perfect. So now we're going to cut back to our police officers. They're driving around trying to find the building. Then we go back to our siege situation at the building itself. Now, we've got three girls, blue dress, sports bra, and purple dress. Sports bra is kind of like the leader of she's like the character that we've been following this whole time. At this point, blue dress kind of goes catatonic on us and just stands by a chair and looks out the window.
and in between there's flashes of lightning.
A lot of
outside.
lightning. A lot of lightning. Although once you see the cops driving, no more lightning.
Yeah.
It's only when you're looking out the window. I think the lightning was just out around the building. Somehow this building attracts lightning. I don't know. So, sports bra is like, "Okay, we have to get out of here. We can't stay here." And purple dress is like, "Okay, but what are we going to do?" Blue dress is over there and she's completely lost her shit. She's just staring out the window. So they come up with this ingenious plan that they're going to leave blue dress there at the office. Sports bra, they're gonna like back to back each other down the hall to the stairwell. So once they get there, sports bra is gonna go downstairs. Purple dress is gonna go upstairs, and then if either one of them like encounters Orville, they'll scream, but they're not gonna help each other. So when you see him, you scream, and you just keep going. Whichever you forget the other person altogether is the plan. Great plan, ladies. So that's what they do. Naturally, sports bra comes across Orville first, and she screams, and then purple dress does the exact opposite of what she was supposed to do, and goes hauling ass downstairs to help sports bra. While that's going, there's like a little bit of a tussle, but they get separated again. Purple dress goes hauling ass back to the office. Sports bra is now involved in like this cat and mouse game with Orville. So purple dress gets to the office where blue dress is waiting, and she's kind of snapped out of it a little bit, and she's like, "Oh my God," she has the accent now. She's like, "Oh my God, we've got to get out of here as soon as possible. I think that sports bra has been killed on the stairwell." And blue dress is like, "Excellent." So now the new plan is that these two are going to get out. Now, here's a little fun fact for you. On the floor just below the lingerie distribution center is a indoor firing range slash munition supply dump
Yeah.
slash armory.
Yeah.
I don't know.
How does that work?
I don't fucking know.
Oh,
It's
okay.
Los Angeles.
Well,
So
it is the 90s.
yeah, makes sense. All right, so they get down, they stumble their way down there, and they get in, and we're going to find this is where they reconnect with Sports Bra.
Yes, good thing there's a gun store in this building.
Why wouldn't there be a gun store in the building? Who said that? Tony?
Yeah.
Tony, why would there not be a gun store in a multi-level office building? I work in a multi-level office building. We have 3 gun stores. There's one in the front, one in the back, and then another one on top, just in case some scantily clad women should be, under siege by a big fat janitor guy. Just for that purpose, because we don't know which way they're going to run. You want them to have access to an AK-47 in any direction. Anyway, enough about me. So, so they get down there, and right about now they get their first confrontation with Orville. They fight him off, and they stab him. I think, didn't they use a coat hanger or something? They stabbed him with something stupid, like a screwdriver. And that's where they reconnect with Sports Bra, just as she's fighting him off and stabbing him. Now, this fucking Orville guy is tough as nails. I'll give you that. But coat hanger, you think? Yeah, probably.
Coat hanger.
Orville goes down, and then he gets back up, and then there's another fight, and somehow they manage to throw him out of the window. Now, that should do the trick, right? Except they look down, and of course, he's not there anymore. So they run to the stairwell, they look down the stairs, and they see him walking back up the stairs towards them. So they run back to the gun store, barricade the door, and this is where we find out that Sports Bra's dad was a Marine. Therefore, she knows how to handle any kind of firearm known to man. All right, so she manages to load the AK-47. And they kind of set this little trap for Orville here. Orville comes in, they shoot the living piss out of him, and he goes down, and she's like, whew, good thing we did it, ladies. And then Purple Dress comes around the corner, and she's like, did you kill him? And then all of a sudden her voice drops, and she's like, where did he go? Okay, now we're finding out what's really going on. Purple Dress, despite the fact that this makes 0 sense and is almost impossible, has actually been the killer this whole time. And there's a lot of dialogue to explain this, but I'm just going to sum it up for you because I don't really care. Orville has been trying to fight off Hochstetter and keep these girls safe, but he's the worst communicator ever in the history of communications, so that's why they think he's the killer. In actuality, it was Purple Dress the whole time who was possessed by the soul of Hochstetter, who, of course, just wants to kill scantily clad young women. I don't know what his problem is with that, but so that's the big reveal, as if we didn't already know. So from there, we get apparently the soul of Hochstetter, or Purple Dress, is also very well versed in firearms because she picks up an AK-47, and we get like a probably about a 6-minute firefight that is taking place in the same distance between me and Monica right now with AK-47s. I don't think we could even fit. We would have to I would have to come up and you'd have to come. There's no, it's stupid.
Was it just me, or I noticed there was no blood splatter?
Oh,
anywhere?
no, there was.
Yeah, I was like, why isn't there any blood anywhere?
There wasn't any blood, but there was a lot of stray bullets and a lot of that weird 80s action stuntman move where you're supposed to be getting shot with a machine gun, so you kind of.
It kind of reminded me of when you're playing the video game from the 80s. What was that, Tron?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Same thing. But, I mean, it's ridiculous. There's no actual blood, bullet holes. Just eventually one of the girls goes, and then it falls down. So that's great. Which is actually kind of hot considering she's
wearing... I did a lot of drugs in the 80s.
Well, didn't we all? Really? I mean, I was
a child in the 80s. What are you guys talking about?
Yeah, but you had a very weird childhood.
Well, yes.
It's actually kind of hot because they're all wearing lingerie, so there's a lot of booby shaking going on. Unfortunately, in this ridiculous 3 feet of crossfire, somehow Blue Dress gets clipped and goes down, and she's now out of the equation. No bullet hole, no blood, just
Yeah.
ugh, and no more Blue Dress. So they do this like 3 times. Purple Dress keeps getting back up. Apparently, Sports Bra's AK-47 has a magically enchanted magazine that never runs out of bullets.
Right?
But that's okay because so does Purple Dress. So it's just this constant, like 5 times. Kills her, goes down, gets back up. Eventually, the goddamn cops show up, and then they like surround Purple Dress, and they all shoot her, and she goes down. And they're like, oh, okay, whew. Orville gets back up, and he's like, he gets a gun, and he starts shooting Purple Dress also. So that's when Sports Bra is like, oh, he wasn't the killer. He tried to save me. It's Purple Dress over there. She got possessed by something and went crazy and tried to kill us all. And then the cops are like, okay, well, we'll get you guys out of here. And then Purple Dress pops back up again and kills 4 police officers.
Yeah.
And then they shoot her again and she goes down. And this time she stays down, I guess, because the next thing you see is them wheeling Orville and Sports Bra out, and they're holding hands on the gurneys. And that's pretty much the end of your movie there, kids.
Why didn't they cut her head off?
Cut whose head? Oh,
Yes.
Purple Dress. She had to have had probably a good 40 to 50 pounds of lead in her with all those bullets.
Yeah. But if somebody doesn't die, cut their fucking head off.
Yeah. I mean, they could say the same thing about Orville, right? Because he just kept popping back up.
Yeah, but he was a big guy.
He
It would
was.
have taken a lot to penetrate.
What you didn't know was that particular lingerie line was the new Kevlar lingerie that's coming out next year. Very hot and tactical. Available in camouflage and midnight black. That is Hard to Die from 1990. It is not a good movie, but you can definitely squeeze
I'm
one
his
out to it.
YouTube partner. I'm like his little sister.
Even though she's older than me. What's going on now?
Oh, Zach, is
Orville gets
Monica your YouTube partner or your partner in life?
We have like it's like a love hate, sometimes slap you relationship, but sometimes slap you hurts, other times slaps you in like a sexual, kind of a way.
Yeah, we just share porn.
That's all.
Yeah.
And by share, I mean she gives it to me and then I keep it. I'm not going to give it back to her. It's mine now.
I don't want
She
it
doesn't-
back.
you don't-
I'm done with it.
I'll tell you right now, I am pretty hard on my porn. And I mean that in a number of different ways. All right, now you're just being gross. I'm trying to talk about a fucking horror movie
Right?
here. God, keep it together. So, what did you think of Hard to Die? It's silly, right?
You know, for a 90s movie, it was okay.
It's Jim Wynorski. You got to know what you're getting into there.
I almost felt like this was kind of like an action movie.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah,
Not-
more or less.
Yeah.
I mean, you had the body jumping soul of the serial killer thing going on. It's fine. It's if you like Chopping Mall, you'll love this. If you liked any of the Sorority House Massacres, you'll love this one. It's
I think they made this for the boys.
they
back
did
then.
clearly those
Yeah.
showers. Each one of these girls had like a 4 to 6 minute shower scene of just her in the shower soaping herself up.
Yes. My brother used to always say that. He's like, how come in the 80s that's all women did in the shower?
They just-
This was your whole shower
You
scene.
just get in there. You just gotta make sure.
And I love this.
occasionally,
Lift
like,
your leg
some of
up.
this.
Who showers like that?
I do.
I don't sh-
That's exactly how I
That's
shower.
what I do when I'm shaving.
It's silly. Is it just me, or did breast implants come a long way? Because some of these chicks had like weird boobs that were pointing in weird directions.
Yeah, but you know what I thought was cool is, I don't want to be mean or anything.
Go ahead. That's what we've come to expect from you.
But back then, like, women, like, like me, we all have like this stomach that goes in,
Right.
and now it's like every chick's stomach just goes boom.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
I don't-
like the body shapes have changed.
Yeah, I was thinking. Well, back then we were really for some reason we decided that like wafer thin chicks were super hot.
Well,
So
I think like the small, big boobs, small waist, and
that's
then
always
hips.
that's a go-to right there.
Well, we don't really have that anymore.
No, well, with the right amount of surgery, you could.
Come on.
Yeah. Anyway,
Work for it.
that's what I say. It's fine. It's something to have on. If you're jonesing for some boobs and you don't want to gross out the wife with X videos or something like that, you can put this on, and then you can say, "Oh no, it's a horror movie, honey. It's not. I'm just not watching it for."
Yeah, or your son,
Yeah,
who's like 12.
yeah. 12, not 4.
Yeah.
That's different. That's hard to die, kids. It's fine. It's good 90s schlock, I say. If you want to check it out, go ahead. If not, whatever.
Yes, it was more of a horror movie than The Great Wall.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, you're probably right. Great Wall was just too gratuitous. All right, inmates, we're going to take us a little break. We'll come back with some other stuff, huh?
Yeah. Bye.
Bye. All right, you meatheads. Anything else? Anybody, any questions or anything? We'll take a minute or two here before we get back to the podcast.
Silicone versus saline.
Saline. I go saline every day of the week.
I don't know.
Silicone's fine, but it is rock solid. It's almost like playing with somebody's knees, really.
Oh, okay.
Saline. I mean, it looks good because it's not going anywhere. But saline, you can manipulate. Silicone, it's like,
I had a friend's mom back in the early years, and she used to have to massage her boobs.
oh yeah, they harden up.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it's true or not,
Wow.
but I heard that they actually freeze in the winter. Silicone. I don't know if that's true. That could be. I don't know, but it's something to think. I bet you get a great deal on silicone right now. If you're thinking about it, do some research because I don't want them falling off or anything. Is Buddy's daughter still on here? I'd feel pretty weird if.
She says no questions for me.
Okay, thanks, Breezy.
Yes, that can definitely hurt the ass.
What's gonna hurt the ass?
Sure.
No, that's why those 90s boobs looked weird. They were silicone. Yeah, you're right.
Huh.
Oh, Zachary is a guy that's on here. Oh, hey, Zach. I don't know who you are, but I don't know if you listen to the podcast or not. Me and Monica are actually doing a podcast right now called the Padded Room Podcast. All right, I think we're going to wrap this up and get back to the regular show. No Terradome fights this week because we're closing out the preliminary rounds. But I will announce this week's winners, and we'll pick it up with the semifinals next week. And you got anything else you want to say to the peoples?
Thanks, everybody.
Hopefully, Buddy will be back next week.
Yeah.
If not, then hopefully she'll be here next week. It might just be
And
me.
welcome to the new person.
Yeah, Zach, thank you for joining us. Hope you enjoyed our review of Hard to Die from 1990. Don't know what to tell you about that, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, gang. Thank you again for joining us. And yeah, that's that.
Bye, guys.